Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Post Podcast. With me, as always, is my co-host, Chris Ronan. How are we doing this week?
What's happening, dog?
Another week, another podcast. Here we are again.
Let's go. Getting close. Another month.
Go. One more month. It's going to fly by. It's already like 8 o'clock at night and dark out, so...
Yeah, I mean, even when I get up to go to my 6 a.m. skate, it's usually bright out, 5 o'clock, sun's rising, but now it's like still dark. Kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Not a fan of this. I'm a fan of the weather, just not... It's going to be that time where we go to work and it's dark out, and we leave work and it's dark out.
We finally got some rain too, but it didn't help with the mugginess, man. It's just so muggy out there, even today.
Yeah.
It feels so hot out.
We got a massive thunderstorm that rolled through Boston today. Massive. And I was just like pretty much on call through. I'm like, how's the power going? But we made it.
Yeah, I got an email from National Grid saying that we would be getting a thunderstorm. We might be losing power, but thankfully it seemed to pass pretty quick, like a 4-hour storm, and everything seems to be good.
It was insane, by the way. Like my truck, I had to drive to work, and my truck was just, the wind was actually like pushing my truck.
Damn.
And everything was like flooding in Dorchester, Southie. It was just insane. But here we are. We're alive. Good to go.
Yeah.
Should we start us off?
Let's do it.
We're going to start off like how we normally start off. We have some signs that happened this week. The Islanders, as I talked about on my Instagram, and exactly what happened last Saturday, they finally made some moves here. They signed Alexander Romanov from the Canadiens to a 3-year, $7.5 million contract, $2.5 million AAV. They also signed two more, Kiefer Bellows to a 1-year, $1.2 million contract, and they also signed Noah Dobson to a 3-year, $12 million contract, which is $4 million AAV. Alex Romanov from the Canadiens had 3 goals and 10 assists last season with them. You had Kiefer Bellows, who had 6 goals, 13 assists with the Islanders last season, and Noah Dobson, who had 13 goals and 38 assists, which was second-team best as a defenseman last season with the Islanders. I like these. Like Noah Dobson, I think, kind of crept in there.
Yeah, I think he's a great person to sign. I mean, that's a lot of point production from your back end. $4 million contract isn't too bad for him too. No. I really do like the Romanov sign too. $2.5 million seems to be like what you can do for us. But only being, 9 under for 79 games with the Montreal Canadiens last season. Like, I think Romanov is going to be a really good defenseman on this team, and we'll see where this takes him.
Yeah, hopefully. I like it. Islanders making some moves, but I like what you said the other week. We were just like, Islanders don't need to make some moves here. I think we want to see it, but they don't need it.
Let's run it back. Okay.
I thought you were going to run it back to something else. I was like,
no, the Islanders. Run it back.
Yeah, 100%.
Same team.
Yep. Then we're going to move on to the Carolina Hurricanes. They signed yesterday Paul Stastny to a 1-year, $1.5 million contract. The center had 21 goals and 24 assists for the Winnipeg Jets last season. I like this call by the Carolina Hurricanes. Carolina Hurricanes looking better and better and better. We've been kind of sleeping on him as of late.
Yeah, I mean, $1.5 million for a guy like that, I think that's a really good sign. Paul Stastny's going to do really well on this team. I wouldn't go as far as to say, like, household name, superstar, but definitely a star player and someone that's going to have some production for this team.
Yep.
45 points isn't anything to,
write home about, but
yeah.
Still a great player nonetheless. Yeah. You have the Detroit Red Wings. They re-signed Philip Zadina to a 3-year, $5.4 million contract, $1.8 million AAV. The forward had 10 goals and 14 assists last season with Detroit. Detroit, I still say on the come up. I like this sign by Zadina, 3 years to really keep him in there for 5.4. Not bad for a guy like this,
Yeah, it's okay. I don't know, 1.8 kind of seems like a lot to me because we're going to jump to the Tampa Bay Lightning real quick. They signed Philip Myers to a 1-year, $1.4 million contract. This defenseman had 3 goals and 8 assists between the Predators and Toronto Marlies of the AHL last season. I think Philip Myers is a better, I guess, has a higher ceiling than Philip Zadina. I would rather have Myers than Zadina, and it's cheaper to have Myers too. I don't know. That's just my way of looking at it. They're about the same cost-wise. Different kind of players, obviously, defenseman and forward, but... Yep. When I'm looking at price point alone, I don't know. I like Philip Myers better than I do Zadina.
Interesting. That's an interesting take. It could be like the back end, or just like Zadina is just that type of attitude the Detroit Red Wings are looking for, Stevie Y's looking for.
Yeah.
That could be it. But, yeah, I'm kind of I see your point now with the contracts. But I don't know. All the teams seem to make that cap space, So maybe that could be it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Once Red Wings, they've done some moves, but I don't know. I don't think they're over the cap limit. But
No, I think they're like Buffalo and have plenty of money money to spend.
Mm-hmm. And last but not least, the Golden Knights. Phil Kessel signed a 1-year, $1.5 million contract and also changes his jersey number to 8. Phil's Ironman streak will continue October 24th. He could tie the Ironman streak at 989 games, and on November 17th, he could play his 1,000th consecutive game. Phil had 8 goals and 44 assists, which led the team in assists for Coyotes last season. Phil wanted to move out of Arizona, we heard. He's like, I'm glad to be on a team that wants to win. And here he is with Vegas.
I don't know. I think they're going to be looking very similar. Interesting to say that you want to move out of Arizona and you move right next door into Nevada.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems kind of odd to me to see him go to this team.
Yeah.
1 year, 1.5 seems right, though. I think that's correct. His goal production definitely dipped off, but when you're on a team like that, I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
Definitely the setup guy on the line that he was on.
Yeah.
And I did have a post-to-post picks for us on this one, and I think I know what your answer is going to be. But over-under 22 goals on the season next year for Phil Kessel. He has 399 goals in his career over 16 seasons, which averages 24.7.
With Vegas Golden Knights, I'm going to go over.
Over. Okay. I am also thinking over with that.
Mm-hmm. I like that question.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I think the Vegas Golden Knights are going to help him. I think they're obviously a better team than the Arizona Coyotes.
I think they're going to need to rely on him more than help him,
Yeah.
And maybe he will still be the assist guy, the setup guy, but I think he'll put the puck in the back of the net more often, have more opportunities with this team.
Are we going to see him second or third line?
Probably second line, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm interested to see who he's paired up with, when we break it down and see what happens. Hopefully Phil gets back to what he is. He's still, with all the assists and leading the team for Arizona, he's pretty much shown that he's still that type of player he's been for the past. Well, now he's more of an assist guy. Remember the Boston Bruins when they picked him up? He was more of the goals guy. Now he's more like the playmaker type of guy.
Yeah, I think as age gets going and wear and tear on his body, I think that becomes part of it.
Mm-hmm. We're going to move on from Phil's number change, too. So, speaking of number changes, the Anaheim Ducks, Trevor Zegras will wear number 11 instead of 46, and Jamie Drysdale will wear number 6 instead of 34. Both will host a meet and greet at the Ducks team store on September 18th, and fans currently owning a Zegras number 46 or Drysdale 34 jersey will receive 46% off the new jersey, 1 jersey per customer. All other fans purchasing a new jersey will receive 17% off at the event, 17 because 11 plus 6 equals 17. While the reasoning behind jersey number assignments can vary, players with little or no NHL experience are often assigned higher numbers at camp. But as time goes on, they establish themselves. Those players often have the opportunity to change their sweaters to more traditional numbers. So that makes sense. I couldn't figure out why they changed, who retired, or something. But yeah, this makes more sense. 46.
Yeah, that's usually how it is. They get their training camp number, and then once they make the team, prove yourself a little bit, and you can, get yourself a good number.
All right.
I think that Zegras probably should have stayed in 46 personally. I think he looked good in it. I think it was like a cool number for him.
Now his number.
11's kind of weird, but it is what it is.
It's like Wayne Gretzky
take
with
what number
99, Lemieux with 66,
Yeah.
I don't know. Some guys just take numbers and just they make it their own,
Yeah. Yeah, I can't really name a good 11, There probably is one that I'm not thinking of, but I don't see the number 11 and think oh, it's that guy, So maybe he's making a name for himself and making a number for himself out of it.
Yeah. No, I think I get to think of because I'm a Bruins fan, and it's PJ Axelson. He was number 11.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. That's going to... Now, after this podcast, I'm going to Google number 11s in the NHL. I'll be like, oh, you fucking missed this, dude. So jumping off Zegras and Sarah Nurse of Team Canada Women's Hockey have been revealed as the cover of NHL 2023. Women's hockey cards will also be available in Hockey Ultimate this year, which is great to see by the NHL, just in general for a game where women's hockey is now has just been invited into the game itself. So that's cool. Have you ever done the card game for?
Yeah, I love Hockey Ultimate Team, but it just becomes such one of those games that you can pay to win. You just dump actual real money into it, and buy a ton of really good cards, stack a team, and then you're good to go. But I've never been one to put actual money into games like that with microtransactions.
No,
Yeah.
me neither.
People complain and bitch about that mode quite a bit. Everyone's looking for GM Connected to come back, too. I think they had that back in, like, 2011. It was pretty cool. I like that game mode.
Oh, where you could be the GM?
Yeah, but, like, connected. So, like, you're your GM, and me, you, 5 other guys, however many, are in, like, a fantasy league. You GM, draft everything, your team, and then you play the games throughout the season against each other. You can make trades and things like that and set the lineups and everything. GM Connected was sick.
Ooh. I didn't know about that. That's sick. We're just, as you were talking about microtransactions, I was just talking to my coworker yesterday who was just like, he's got like old spirit, old heart. Like he's around our age, but like he can't sit around and play games. Like he makes knives and everything and sells them. Like he's just out and about. But yesterday he was with me and he was just playing like this game and he goes, "Dude, I hate mobile games, I hate games, but I am hooked on this." And then he randomly jotted out that he spent $200 on the game, like microtransactions. And I'm like, there's no way I'd spend that money on there. But then, like, I realized COVID, when there was nothing going around. Remember Pokemon Go was huge?
Yeah.
I was playing that. And
Dude,
then,
anytime I see people buying those microtransactions, I'm like, in 6 months, you're not going to be playing this game.
Yep.
This game is a fad. Like, you're not going to, it's not worth it.
And I got roped in with Pokemon Go because I played it every single day.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is, you say no and no and no, and then you see, like, all of a sudden, like, you need, like, an item or whatever, and then you realize, like, oh, it's only $2. It's only $3. And then those $3 kind of fall by the wayside. All of a sudden, $10 is just $10, and then all of a sudden, $20 is not just $20.
I see microtransactions as such a catch-22, in my opinion, because I'm not going to pay money for, like, a skin or something that's going to make my guy look cool, but gives me no benefit in the game, because that's not worth it to me. No. But I'm also not going to pay money for something that's going to make my character better, because there's other people playing this game that are just pumping money into it, and I think the game now sucks because there's guys that are paying to win.
Yeah. Fucking hate
so I don't know, kind of a catch-22, but I just don't mess with that.
One day, I'm gonna see you. Like, what mobile game you playing?
No, not one day. No. Once Emma's old enough to steal my credit card and racks up some Fortnite V-Bucks, we'll talk. But let's stick to the NHL 23 cover. What did you think about it?
I loved it. I love the different style. I love that it included women's hockey. Like it was such like a sort of upgrade for NHL just in general.
Garbage.
You don't like it?
The worst cover I've ever seen.
Why, you want Austin Matthews again for the 8th time?
No, I want Zegras. I want Sarah Nurse on there. I think that it's great to include the women and everything because they're impacting the game just as much as, Trevor Zegras is. They're growing the game. If you think about it, they're arguably growing the game more than the NHL players are because a young girl growing up, seeing a woman playing professional hockey, making it as a cover athlete, there's half of the population that doesn't play in the NHL at all.
Yeah.
So now they're growing that game, and there's just way more opportunity for women's sports to grow. What I don't like is the fact that they're wearing shoes in a hockey game. They're not on the ice. They're not playing. There's no skates. Like it's like ball hockey. What are we doing here? I didn't mind the palm trees. I get it. It's in Anaheim. They're on the Duck. He's on the Ducks. Like I don't know. You got to have like them playing hockey. You know what I mean? Like.
I'm going to put both of us on the spot here, but when's the last time an NHL cover even showed skates? I feel like it's just from, like, the kneecap up.
Probably the Subban one, which was 19, when he's doing, like, the high knee selling.
Yeah.
I like the Brodeur one from 14, I think. The Ovi one from 07 was nice with the Screaming Eagle.
Yeah.
Stamkos was sick. I think he was 2011. He got 2, I think, as well. They weren't back-to-back, but I thought it was really dumb of them to do Matthews back-to-back. But looking at it again this year, did not expect Trevor Zegras to be the cover art. I
mean, with the Michigan and how fucking massive that got.
I didn't expect it though because he didn't have the season that some of these other guys did.
Yeah.
I almost thought Matthews was going to get a 3-peat because of how.
Really?
I mean, he got the Rocket Richard. He scored the most goals in the league. He is the face of the league right now. And then I was thinking Cale Makar.
Ooh.
With the run that he had and just everything in general. Yeah. Moritz Seider, another good one, but still kind of young. Like put him in the same Trevor Zegras category.
Cale Makar was up there.
Yeah.
Or like a Nathan McKinnon raising the cup.
Kachuk would be a cool one.
Would be sick. Joe Thornton finally.
Oh man, no, that would have been tough. Because he hasn't done anything, Like
right.
If they won the cup, then hell yeah, dude, it would have been a John Scott.
Yeah.
Do you remember the John Scott All-Star game when they were like lifting him up and celebrating and stuff? Someone made a fake cover art with him on the NHL cover being lifted by all the players. I was like, that would have been the sickest cover of all time.
Ooh, yeah.
But yeah, not a fan of like the white fashion shoes and crap that they're doing. I don't know. It should have just been like on ice play.
Just regular stuff. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you got to change it up. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And then you go back to what it was.
Oh, yeah, they're going to go back, I think. But I do think they should continue to include, like, a female player, like
In it.
Marie Philippoulin, like someone like that, you know?
I feel like Hillary Knight.
Yeah.
Someone, you know.
Or even if you make, like, multiple editions that you can buy, like the electronic version or, like, I don't know, different art. Like, you know, you release even if you did one in every major city, major market, right? You do like any game that you buy in Boston has a Bruins player on it.
Yeah.
Rangers has like Adam Fox or something, Kreider, you know?
Yeah.
Like that'd be kind of cool.
Or if like you didn't even put like someone on there, say like just the middle is like NHL, we'll say 24, and then it's just all the team logos just like in the background of it.
Oh, that's so plain Jane. I would hate that.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know, just like
It almost reminds me of like when you're seeing a player get interviewed and they have that backdrop behind them with just a bunch of like sponsors and logos. But now you don't even have a player there, you know? I'm like, ugh, that's gross.
You know what? No, I was just thinking, and it's gonna go back to Pokemon. So Pokemon, the TCG, the cards, every year, I think it's every 2 years, fans can draw like a card, and like the top 5 drawings get put into Pokemon cards.
Are they voted on?
And they're voted on, yeah. And I'm just like, I wonder if like you can get like NHL fans to draw the next cover, and the top voted one is the cover.
Like Mike Nguyen's art that he does with the paintings.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could probably win something like that.
That'd be sick.
That has me thinking of going back to John Scott too when the fans voted him in. What if like Pokemon fans just voted for like the shittiest drawing and they have to like print it into a card, and it ends up being like the most valuable card like in the history of it.
It's usually what it is.
It's a shitty Bulbasaur.
Like, they'll give like the guys like their own cards, and it's got like their own like numbers on them. If they sold them, it's worth a shit ton of money for like these collectors, you know. But
that's funny.
I like that. Yeah, I think NHL should listen to that. Get all the fans, draw something.
I mean, also they vote for the All-Star game, so why not vote for a cover and just release
a cover right there?
Release a cover like I don't know, but then I feel like the major markets and Canadian teams would always be on the cover. You know, because they have more hockey fans and more people that actually give a shit. So they just vote in and have Matthews on the cover 3 years in a row.
You know what, Meg? There's a meme going around with Austin Matthews. You know what, Meg is the guy with the mustache?
Yeah.
He goes Austin Matthews for no reason.
Yeah. For real.
Oh boy.
I'm glad he got rid of that thing personally.
Yeah.
Not a big mustache guy.
No. Austin Matthews, one of the best players in this generation. It's just like it's the hairline, it's the mustache. It's not looking good. I don't know what's going on. Just gotta stop that. But who are we? We're not in the NHL.
That's right.
Nope. So we're gonna move on from all that. So we have some ECHL partner news. I thought I just saw 2, but then I looked into it, and there's a lot more. So I'm just going to go down the list of all the NHL teams that partnered with their new ECHL affiliates. The LA Kings affiliated themselves with the Swamp Rabbits. The Calgary Flames partnered themselves with the Rapid City Rush. Arizona Coyotes with the Atlanta Gladiators. The San Jose Sharks with the Wichita Thunder. The Ottawa Senators with the Allen Americans. Philadelphia Flyers extended their partnership with the Reading Royals, and the Carolina Hurricanes extended their partnership with the Norfolk Admirals. Also, Seattle Kraken announced their first ECHL partnership with the Kansas City Mavericks. These partnerships enable NHL teams to make moves that enable players shorter travel distances between call-ups while also helping these ECHL teams develop and grow. So we were just talking about, like, especially like these AHL affiliates where they're, say, California team, like their affiliates in fucking Buffalo, New York, and they gotta travel from like all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast. Now they're trying to.
Yeah, but they still partnered with a team that's in Atlanta.
Yeah,
and the Swamp Rabbits are on the East Coast. That's pretty far too.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about though. I mean, the East Coast Hockey League is going to be not close to the West Coast, so.
Nope.
I think it's great though because these ECHL teams don't really get financial backing, funding. The players don't make a lot of money.
Nope.
It's a grind being on those bus rides from Buffalo all the way down to Atlanta, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this is going to help grow and put more of a spotlight on this league, and hopefully financially back these guys a little more.
All right.
The Chicklets guys in Biz are huge about it because he played down in that league and just is really trying to grow the game from the minor levels too.
Yeah, I was YouTube just put up a video. The coach was mic'd up for some ECHL team this week, and oh god, I cannot remember the team for the life of me. But it was a great kind of look-in for an ECHL practice, just in general, of like how they do things. Like the goal is just like, not like top of the line gear. Like these guys are just like good gear, just trying to get them through. But they were partnered with Warrior, and so they couldn't wear or use anything other than Warrior sticks. And he was talking to some player, just like, hey, like my Warrior stick's like about to shatter, and he's just like, we got some like shit end of the stick like from like 4 years ago that you can use because they can't use CCM, they can't use other than that. So you get to really see the struggle with these guys where you have these new CCM sticks, but because of the partnership with say Warrior, like you can't use it.
Yeah, definitely an important limitation though. I mean, the Warriors probably providing all the sticks and X amount of dollars to support the team.
Yeah.
And if they go through the sticks, they go through the sticks. But at the end of the day, like you're our specific sponsor, and you're not going to use someone else's stick.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. But it just goes to show you like the struggle they go through.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're going to move from the ECHL and go straight to the World Cup of Hockey to return. The NHL and NHL Players Association are moving forward with plans for a World Cup of Hockey in 2024, targeting a 7-day window in February to hold the tournament. The 2024 tournament will feature at least 8 national teams, with games played in North America and Europe. The tournament would likely take place across 15 days in February, with a day on the front and the day on the back end built in for travel purposes. The last time the tournament was played was in 2016, where Canada defeated Europe in the final to capture the World Cup. The NHL continues to suspend all business relationships in Russia since its invasion in Ukraine in February, and aligns with the mandate from the International Ice Hockey Federation that the nation is suspended from all international competitions until further notice. So we don't think Russia is going to be part of the World Cup, but the World Cup will make a return. So this is cool.
Yeah, it was really cool when they did this, and it kind of sucked when they didn't bring it back. And I mean, it wasn't because of COVID, I don't think. I think they planned to not bring it back in 2020 for some reason. Mm-hmm. But they did have Team North America, which was sick. I think you had to be under 20 to play on that team. So they had like a Young Guns team and like a everyone else team. And they actually overperformed, I thought. It was kind of cool to see, a team with all the youngest players in the league at that time. And I think it's awesome to see this. Mm-hmm. Cool thing, too, is World Juniors just wrapped up. We're going to cover that later on. I assume that they're going to do it again in December around Christmas break. Yeah. And then in January, we have the outdoor games like the Winter Classic and Heritage things like that, And then come February, we now have the World Cup to watch, too. So there's going to be a lot of hockey action this year. And
100%.
It almost seems like a crammed schedule when you look at how many things there are to take care of.
And with this World Cup, it helps with the NHL and just hockey in general, like, grow the sport. Like, they're going to be playing in Europe. They're going to be playing here in North America. It's going to grow. We also have, I don't have the list on me, but there's a bunch of NHL teams going to different countries, different like Sweden, some other parts of Europe to play their preseason games too. Mm-hmm. So I think this is NHL's way of trying to grow hockey back.
Yeah, definitely, and I think they're targeting the right areas because these countries like Czechia and Slovakia that are on the rise, even Finland. I mean, Finland's been a pretty big hockey country. Oh yeah. But those other two that are like really getting the fire going underneath them now that they have some good teams. Yep. Even Germany's coming in and competing every year, so it's good to see.
Germany's getting better and better. I must have said that at least 5 times, but I really think Germany's getting up there. You got nothing to say to that?
No, okay. Cover it later on.
All right, we're going to move on to the Arizona State University. They named their new arena Mullet Arena to recognize the Mullet family. The Mullet family is a strong advocate for growing the sport. In 1998, Don Mullet built the Mullet Ice Center in Heartland, Wisconsin, which is home to Arrowhead High School men's and women's hockey, as well as youth and adult leagues. The Mullet family has supported Sun Devil hockey through every stage of its existence and expanded their support on Sun Devil athletics in the years since. So when you see ASU Mullet Arena, don't think long hair in the back. Think a actual family that's really helped this.
Business in the front, party in the back. Am I right? They did, like we said earlier, partner with the Atlanta Gladiators, the ECHL team, whose arena actually holds 13,000, whereas the Mullet Arena only holds 5. So that's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. So congratulations to the Mullet family.
Yeah,
that's cool that like these guys are also trying to grow. We're just talking about having it grow. And Heartland, Wisconsin, by the way, getting an arena in there for all these hockey communities.
Yeah.
So, yep. So ASU, we got an arena. Thank God. Like, hopefully that's the last time we
Man,
talk about ASU.
That's going to be interesting. We'll talk about him again next week.
Mm-hmm. We'll have something. Another weird curveball for everyone, too. I'm sure you guys haven't heard his name in a while, but Mike Babcock is making news. He resigned Thursday after one season as the head coach of the University of Saskatchewan's men's hockey team. He coached the Huskies to a 13-7-0 regular season record, including a 7-game win streak to start the season. However, fell to the Calgary Dinos in a best-of-3 quarterfinal.
The Dinos is a sick team name. I like that.
Yeah, right? That's sick. Hopefully it's like a huge dinosaur on the chest.
I'm picking like the one with the big long neck and the long tail. The Brontosaurus, maybe?
Just go straight
something like that.
From like the shoulder to like the side.
Oh, that'd be so ugly, dude.
Yeah, it'd be terrible.
It's just like eating or bite out of like one of the numbers on the shoulder too.
Right. The C is like the head. So Babcock may be planning to retire. He said during an appearance Friday on 650 CCOM in Saskatchewan, "My wife and I have discussed this a ton. We always said we were going to retire at 60, and I'm 59, basically." That's what he said. So we might be seeing Babcock for the last time here. But it's great to see an NHL coach like Mike Babcock just come in for like these guys, be like, no, we're going to fucking turn this shit around in Saskatchewan. But Saskatchewan, I think that's where Mike Babcock's from. So it was pretty interesting. Pretty cool experience for him to be home and coaching, you know?
Yeah, I think that's really cool. When I first saw this story, I kind of thought like there's another shoe to drop here, and the reason he's resigning is because he's going to be, on the market for another NHL head coaching job. But I mean, that train has already left the station too. I think a lot of these roles have already been filled. So especially with training camps already underway.
Yeah.
But yeah. He probably is chucking them up.
I'd be shocked if Mike Babcock came back.
Yeah.
Especially to the NHL. I'm going to move on from Babcock because we got the Chicago Blackhawks news-ish. Patrick Sharp and Troy Murray will join the Blackhawks TV booth this season. Patrick Sharp played 11 seasons with the Blackhawks, winning the Stanley Cup 3 times with the organization, 2010, 2013, and 2015. And he's been an analyst since 2018 with NBC Sports Chicago and then TNT 1 year later in 2019. Troy Murray played for the Blackhawks between the 1981 and 1991 seasons, and then again from 92 to 94. He won the Selke with the Blackhawks, and in 1986 won the Stanley Cup with the Colorado Avalanche. In June 2015, Murray and broadcast partners John Weidman and Jude Surratt received top honors in the Chicago Market Best Radio Play-by-Play category at the Illinois Broadcasters Association Silver Dome Awards. They had previously won the award in 2011 and 2014. He and Weidman also received top honors in the Best Sports Story category at the 2012 IBA Silver Dome Awards.
Judd Surratt used to do play-by-play out this way, too. I want to say radio for the Bruins. I think it was him and Bob Beers that were doing it on 98.5, the Sports Hub, but he was really good. I liked him, and he went over to Chicago. There was another guy with the Bruins kind of that was doing, I think, radio as well, and he went over to Vegas and was doing good things over there. I forget his. It might have been Bob Beers. I could be mistaken. But.
Wow. We're going to stay on Troy Murray here. Murray announced he was diagnosed with cancer on August 9th, 2021, but will continue to broadcast as able. So, legend. Troy Murray, I actually had to look him up. I thought he might have been just like a previous, like maybe Blackhawks guy that's been around for like maybe 3 seasons with them, but nope, he has a huge career just in the NHL, especially with the Chicago Blackhawks, and also a massive career after he retired with broadcasting. So good for this. I think it's be great for the Chicago Blackhawks to have these two legends with them too. I think it really helps to have guys who are in the organization also analyze the team as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think. Player mentality, especially nowadays. You saw it in the NFL with Tony Romo and the way that he was doing the broadcast booth. I think Patrick Sharp is one of the best professionals on television for the NHL right now.
Yeah.
He's also gorgeous to look at, a handsome devil, right?
Yeah, he's next to Henrik Lundqvist.
Yeah, right. But I think it'll be a good duo, and hopefully next season goes really well for the Blackhawks, and they'll actually have something to talk about. We'll see.
That'd be nice.
Last up, right? We got the World Juniors to cover here. Kind of tough to see the U.S. get eliminated as early as they did in the quarterfinals. They lost a 4-2 loss to Czechia. That team actually looked outstanding, though. The only one I was kind of disappointed I didn't see qualify was Slovakia. They played really well in the wintertime. The story that they have, it could have repeated itself almost,
Mm-hmm.
Also kind of a shock, too. Latvia qualified, and the Germans ended up getting bounced early against the silver medal-winning Finland team.
Mm-hmm. There's that Finland.
Yeah. Canada seemed to run the tournament with ease, and I feel like a lot of people weren't as interested in it this time around.
Nope.
August and hockey don't really mix, and I feel like people being on vacation and stuff, like the last thing they're tuning into in the middle of the summer is the World Juniors.
Dude, I was seeing a compilation today of like all the hits like Team Canada players are doing. And it's just like some of the hits are like Jesus.
Yeah, the guy that was actually laying the body was Brennan Othman. He's made quite a name for himself throwing around the biggest hits of the tournament. He even had like Czechia players giving him some feedback in the handshake line with some pushing and shoving. Remember that clip?
Yep.
And he was telling them like, "Oh, if you don't want to get hit, like don't step on the ice with the big boys." I was like, "What a legend, dude! Hilarious."
Solidify a spot in the NHL right there.
We actually got an amazing final game. Canada ends up beating Finland 3-2 in overtime. There was an unreal save by Mason McTavish on the goal line. He bats the puck out of the air. The Finland player has his arms up because he sees the puck going in, bats it out, corrals it, and brings it off the goal line. He actually ends up breaking the puck out. He kind of like bailed himself out here because like he caused that on-man rush that gave that guy the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But he gets the puck out, and then like a few seconds later, Kent Johnson comes in and scores a nasty game-winning goal to secure the gold medal. But that all happened in one sequence, so they had to go back and use video review and make sure that puck didn't cross the goal line, dude. That would have sucked for Canada, right?
Yeah.
Like they think they just made that awesome save, go down and score, and then they're like, nope, Finland wins. But yeah, I think Kent Johnson's goal just really, really showed Canada's talent. The entire team was
Dude,
nuts.
The whole team and just in general, that just the game-winning goal like in OT was just insane. I rewatched it like at least 5 times.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, holy shit!
It's like Sidney Crosby-esque, like the one that he scored back in the day.
There's like a Mona Lisa painting of just like all the Team Canada players like against the glass celebrating. And if you really pay attention closely, there's a dude just for some reason wearing all white, just like recording him. And then on the side is like the goalie and another player just like face first on the ice, just like in just absolute disbelief.
Yeah, the dudes in all white, they wear that so they blend in with the ice a little more, so you don't really see them as much when they're out there recording. Pretty cool.
Oh, interesting.
But, I mean, Connor Bedard looked amazing out there. I think the only factor in this tournament that made Canada look so good was the fact that there was no Russian team, so the competition's like a little bit less fierce.
Yeah.
You know, like they're one of like the big 4, I'd say.
Yeah, 100%.
They're definitely the big 3, right? Canada, U.S., and Russia.
Russia.
And then 4 is probably Finland, right? I would think.
Yeah, I'd say that.
I mean,
Finland,
Sweden gets in the mix a little bit.
Sometimes. Might be like a little bounce up between Finland and Sweden, but Finland's getting up there,
Yeah. One thing to keep in mind, too, with the August timing of this tournament is that the rosters are probably looking very different than they would. The birthday deadline was being shifted because it's normally in December. When it moved to August, they were like, well, now the birthdays have to shift 6 months later, too. So some players that could have played in the wintertime couldn't play in the summer.
Huh.
And then there's also the fact that some of these guys are already drafted and on NHL, well, not on NHL rosters, but trying to make them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not showing up to World Juniors so that they can go to training camp and try and make a team, or they're getting ready to start their AHL season. They don't want to go get injured in a tournament like this, So, but I mean, it probably would have been better to watch with a little bit more talent.
Yeah.
But that Canada team, man, they were just stacked, dude.
Stacked.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. Like, holy shit. That's like old
They ran
school.
table, man. I can't believe Finland took them to overtime, though. That was a really good game to watch.
Yeah. Felt bad for the goalie at the end.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's tough.
Nothing you could do. Just absolute powerhouse of a team. Team Canada was.
Yeah,
Team Canada always is like as a powerhouse. So ever so often, Team USA will have some fight.
Yeah. I thought it was so weird that they got bounced in the first round. Nuts.
Yeah,
At least they qualified, though.
they got qualified. That's it. That's all we got. But yeah, that's it for this episode. So we do plan next episode. We are going to start the division breakdowns. So we're gonna go by division, and we're gonna start with the Metro next week. And I'm pretty much almost done with it. I got a few more teams to do, but holy shit, is there a bunch to cover? And I got to go through the cover and see like. Pretty much jot down like the main things we got to point out, or it's gonna be a fucking 3-hour episode. So
yeah, it probably
ready
still is too, just because of how much is going on and how much we really go in depth with these kind of things.
yeah, especially with the whole off season, the trades, the head coaches is changing, UFAs and everything. It's just been an unreal off season, to be honest.
Yeah.
So get ready for that. So this episode's going to be a little short one with a bunch of news for everyone, and then the next 4 episodes to come are going to be the big ones.
Yeah.
So be ready for that.
A few long ones.
Few long ones. You ready for that?
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Nice.
It'll be good.
Man.
I love doing the breakdowns. It's cool.
Yeah. I love working on them. I feel like the more I do it, the more like everything, like when we were doing the past month or so, when we were just talking about the signs and trades and everything, it was just kind of putting the puzzle pieces like all over like the table. And doing this now, it's just like putting the all the puzzles like together. Just like, oh, okay, like that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, you can actually see what a team's gonna look like rather than just they picked up this guy and what's he gonna do, you know?
Exactly. So with that said, let's do our nip, bud.
I can't do these caps, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, brutal. Will help. Thanks, Chief.
Welcome, Chief.
So strong.
It's because I do wrist curls at the gym.
Yeah. In your bedroom.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Got him.
When was the last time you were at the gym?
I've actually been slacking quite a bit. We had the audit at my company, so that was terrible.
Didn't go too well.
Yeah, no, it went well, but it's just like a stressful time.
Yeah.
And they don't give you a notice other than like 24 hours ahead. So the 2 weeks before, you're like, they're coming. So you're stressing about it the whole time. And I worked like 3 or 4 nights for like 12, 13-hour days just trying to get everything set.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I had to make sure it was good, dude. I don't want to be that guy.
Well, now it's over.
Yeah.
Now you
so
can go back to the gym.
maybe. We'll see.
Do
we'll
wrist
see about
goes
that.
with me.
Thanks, bud.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Dude, I love McGillicuddy's.
It's good, man.
I feel like I just brushed my teeth.
That's
Menthol
the
mint.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Don't even need to brush my teeth anymore.
That's gross.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. All right, you want to call us out?
Thanks, everyone, for listening. If there's anything you want to see us cover next episode, let us know. Our links are in the description, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye, guys.
Peace.